Sunday. I'm just getting the last few things ready to go outside and release the chickens from their coops and to take a little look see around and see how I feel about some things I did in the garden yesterday. Um, it's too cold for okra now. So I pulled the okra plants yesterday, which I thought was going to be really easy, by the way, but it was actually a struggle to get them out of the ground. I was very surprised by that. Um, it's cold compared to, because summer's really really gone, so it's in the mid 50s right now, but we have overnight 30s in the forecast for this week. So hey, good morning, Jane. How you doing, honey? um so we're gonna have to do some crazy amounts of work around here today. We have to get the AC units out of the windows. We have to get the bees taken care of. We have a box on, we have to remove one of the boxes from the bees and then change the lid and all that. So it's going to be a long day, but it's beautiful outside. The sky right now is gorgeous. It's so pink and gold. We're going to go outside in just a second. Hey, good morning, Farmer Chaz. Farmer Chaz, FYI, I don't know that I've said this to you, but lady, you are so pretty. I mean, you are just really, really a very pretty lady. And you're crazy for eating them hot peppers. Ain't no way in the world. You didn't miss anything, Jane. I promise you. I promise you didn't miss anything. Look, I just barely got up out the bed. I swear. I don't want to go outside. It gets below a certain temperature, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to, but I'm going to. We're going to go out there and just like, let me get my coat. Hold on. Or my jacket. It's not a coat. My coat's real heavy. Oh my gosh. I don't want to go out there. I really don't. I mean, I do, but I don't want to deal with the temperature. Let's go see what we got going on, y'all. It's pretty. The sky is very pretty. Hold on, we're gonna go out there. I gotta open the curtains too, though. Let's let some light on the situation. Woo! There we go. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I didn't see this earlier. Oh my gosh, y'all! There's a cloud. There's a cloud touching the field across the street. Let me show you. Look at that. It's that, low fog. And this stuff won't be here tomorrow. See that big green machine down yonder? Look at the pretty sky. Oh my gosh. See that? See, they're going to be harvesting this is soybeans this year. You are so welcome, Farmer Chaz. All right, let me grab my boots, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm like not necessarily all the way together. Frankly, I didn't think anybody would be up this early on a Sunday. I have been up since like 4 o'clock, bored out of my ever-loving mind. The best part of waking up this morning was my coffee. It was so good. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, there's a lot of squirrels talking over here in the woods. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, let me put my little... Hold on, I'll put this in so y'all can hear me. My bad. My apologies. This is so cool. Look at this. It's so Halloween-y. And it doesn't show up as well on camera as it does here in person. I'm telling you, there's fog on the ground. It looks really super cool. Uh-oh. Winter's coming. All right, hang on. Let me plug this thing in. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so out of it. Let me see. Wow, Meredith. Wow, Meredith. Hold on, what'd you say? Your internal clock wakes you at the same time, no matter... Oh, really? You getting ready to go out too, Farmer Chaz? I always miss your lives because when you go live, typically I am packing lunch and getting my man out the door. Oh, which sucks. You're freaking hilarious, by the way. And practical.
She knows what she's talking about. Shoot, I'm growing stuff, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing. True story. All right, yeah, see, the okra is gone. But the upside to the okra being gone is now these little baby collards can get some more sunlight. And look, oh, I'm so happy. So this is a bunch of garlic. I put garlic out here in a few places, and I actually had forgotten I did it until they started coming up. Oh, look, these collards are going to be ready this week with this cold weather coming. Oh my, yes, indeed. I cannot wait. I love collards. Look at all the little garlics. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm kind of proud of myself too because I remembered to do that with the garlic, we've only grown garlic once before, and I did not do a great job. I did not do a great job. All right, hang on. Let me get my gloves on. Oh my goodness, y'all, it's really chilly. I do not care for this. Won't be long, and I'm going to be wearing my LuLaRoe undergarment. If y'all don't know, I have a bunch of LuLaRoes. You know, they're like this stretchy spandexy thing, whatever the heck. I don't know. You know what they're good for? They're good for like long johns. That's what they're good for. I can't believe we ever walked around in public in that stuff. That is just not, you shouldn't do that. I think it shows everything. Ooh, check okay, so here's the okra plants I put up. Look at these damn roots. I mean, I thought they were ready to go. Look at this. Hey, good morning, Ann. Oh my gosh, this is craziness here. And I don't understand what all the knottiness is about. But look at all the crazy nods and nodes and stuff that's on here. Farmer Chaz, is there something wrong with my okra roots, or is that normal? Or do you know? Okay, I had to cut down the canna lilies, y'all. There just was no two ways about it. Like, it was blocking this entire corner from getting any sun. And like I've said many times, the sun in the beginning of the season is coming up over here, but it's going to be about right there today, and it won't be long and it'll be right there. So this thing was like a forest of shadow. I had to do that. And even the loofahs are starting to look ugly. They're not dead by any means, but they're not pretty no more. Oh, the beans are pretty much done. I am going to get out here today and harvest some more comfrey. I have comfrey in a few places around the garden, and some more yarrow, which my son has been home sick for like 4 days, y'all. And he hasn't been on board with my whole let's get actually humanly healthy thing. But he's getting on board now because he's like, I don't like being sick. And I'm like, I don't like you being sick. And this crazy, the coolest part, I think, is that in the past, if anybody was sick with anything, I mean, anything, if I talked to you on the phone and you had a cold, I caught it. And I don't deal with that anymore. That's amazing. But so taking care of him wasn't scary for me. In the past, I've always been like, oh no, I'm going to get sick. Let's see what I got. Okay. I have some, I don't even know what these peppers are, y'all. But it's been making peppers all year. I'll get it. But yeah, see, the cold and everything is killing the beans. So this is starting to look really bad. Well, actually, I need to come out here and harvest these beans, huh? All right, fine. I'll do that later today. The carrots, look, this is that little carrot bag that I dug up a couple months ago, which, if you didn't see that, I did it, and I used a broad fork and everything, which is amazing because 2 years ago, I was out here trying to garden with miniature garden tools because that's all I could pick up. My hands wouldn't let me hold anything large, full size. Hold on. So I hear squirrels in the woods and they sound weird. They always sound like little babies crying. Oh yeah, I forgot to have this little comfrey. So yeah, I'm gonna get out here and get some more comfrey plants. And this is some lemon basil that I am letting go to seed. And I've been getting a couple of people requesting those seeds. Look, if I can get that to go and just really make pretty seed, I'll send them out. I don't mind at all. All right, yeah. So the peppers are going to be, they will be screaming for help a little later on this week, and we have got to get the cover up on this makeshift thing. I've been I've been looking at it out my window and reformulating it. So I think there's a few more things I'm going to do to the frame of it before we put the greenhouse fabric on it, because I think we're going to have a lot of very heavy wet snow here in southeastern Virginia this winter. Honest to God, though, I hope I'm really wrong. I can't stand snow. I cannot stand it. It looks pretty until the first person, thing, creature, machine moves on it, and then it's ugh. But I'm picky. Oh, hold on. Let me get the water out of this, y'all. Oh, so in the cannas also, I'm going to dig those up. They're going to not be inside the actual garden next year. I'm going to plant them on the outside of the garden. They're beautiful and everything, but boy, I couldn't hardly walk around them. They just got too big. Let's get these birds out. What? Sorry, hold on. I got to get this thing in here. So this will stay open. Let's see what's up with the birds. Good morning, baby. Hi. You're such a pretty girl. Yes, you are. You're a pretty girl. She is pretty. She looks stoic, too. She's like, what do you want? It's a little early. Hang on. Let's get the geese some water in their pool. And Chad. Lord, I'm going to have to talk to that man, y'all. You can't just leave a hose on the ground like that. Oh, this is a black cherry tree, in case I never mentioned it. And I don't think that I have. Because coughing season is here, all the things that cause coughing, I will be coming out here a little later and trimming off some branches to harvest bark. The bark of a wild cherry tree is a fantastic cough remedy. Not even kidding. No drugstore, no doctor necessary. Works wonderful. All right, y'all. Let's see. I'm coming around. Hold on. I'm coming. I'm coming, honey. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, babies. Y'all are so funny looking. I love how they waddle. Oh, and yeah, that's right. Hey, Krista, Joe. Hi, guys. Hi. Good morning. How you doing? Hey, Krista. Joe, you're so stinking pretty and so sweet. Hold on, would you say you have a wicked cough brewing? You know what, Joe? I think that you can order wild cherry tree bark from Amazon. Sorry, one of the girls just growled, and if y'all don't know, yeah, chickens growl sometimes. I'm coming. I'm coming. You need to go rinse your nose out, dude. You have like a feather sticking out of your nostril. It's just very unattractive. All right, y'all. Hold on. I gotta go in here and get food. Hi, babies. I'm coming, buddy. Y'all, this scratch right here is the Neutrina. It's Neutrina High Pro scratch. I'm just gonna say it smells so good. It smells like there's berries in it. It smells like the berries. I don't know what berry. I think it's blueberry, but I could be wrong. What, honk? It's okay, baby. Mm-mm. Yeah, y'all stay over there. Gross. Yeah. I hate it when they get leaves in their feed, but it happens. Hang on, I gotta get more. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. Hi, good morning. Aw, they start looking so sad. The molting makes them look so sad. I feel bad for them. What? What? Come on out, guys. Hey, pretty girl. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. They're being so quiet. Then I gotta let that boy out, and then things won't be so quiet anymore. Huh, baby, it's okay. Hang on, guys. My apologies. Ooh. You're so pretty, too. Yes, you are, Honk. Go ahead. You can go first, baby. I'm not in a hurry. Good girl. All right. I hope he's in a good mood today. Oh. Howdy. Hello. Good morning. Hi. Good morning, Mr. Whitey. How are you doing, buddy? I hope you're feeling nice today. Let's get this side door open, guys. Oh, crap. I got to turn the water off, too. Let me do it now. I'm watering the ground over here. Okay. Are you? Oh. Whew. Don't fly out. Whitey. Lord help me. Dude, I'm getting too old for your shenanigans. Now chill out. Seriously, just stop. Everybody can see what you're doing, and you're guilty as charged. Stop it. Sorry, y'all. Hey, baby, you're starting to look naked. Oh, no. As the feathers fall. Okay, let me open this door up. Oh, my God. What in the world? See? This is what I do. Oh, holy cow. Waterfalls. Don't go chasing waterfalls. What in the heck? Chad, what in the world have you done out here? Dang. Oh my God. Okay, I'm trying to do this one-handed water bucket thing, y'all. Yo. Thank you, ma'am. I mean, sir. Whitey Fords, don't. Oh my God, I'm gonna kick this stupid rooster, I swear. I'm sorry, I gotta set this down so I can do this water. I swear to you, I don't even want a rooster anymore. Frankly, I do not. I swear to you. I mean, really and true. I'm gonna need another cup of coffee. This boy. Ooh. Look, I gotta get this poured in here. Stop being a butthead. Okay, that's pretty wonky, but it worked. Oh my God. If you geese would just stop rinsing your dang beaks, that's so nasty. Ew. You got a whole pool. Oh God. Hold on, y'all. You got a whole pool out yonder. Go out there. Adventures on the farm. Good morning, Lacey. I know. He's particularly extra mean to you. I just filled it up. Could I get 5 minutes of clean water? Just 5 minutes? Nope. Y'all. Oh yeah, that's another thing I just realized. So we're gonna have to move the pool. That's something we can't leave the pool down here because it doesn't get any sunlight. In fact, we're already to the point where the entire coop area is shaded all day. So I'm going to have to get that. We'll move that up here to be in the sunlight. Y'all, there's so much to do. I ain't even playing. There's so much to do, and it's been really difficult catching up with stuff because first I didn't feel good when I was not chewing my food properly and thought I was having a heart event. That was not fun. Then with my son having this like flu, I don't know what this spider is, but I'm checking it out. Then with my son having this flu stuff and stupid Prime Week, we're going to have to try to fit probably 3 or 4 weekends worth of work into one day. That's enough. I'm good with that. This time of year is always really difficult for us because the sunrise sunset changes, but the work schedules don't. And so then a lot of stuff's up to me. And frankly, I'm not really up to the task fully yet. Working on it. Oh my God, wait, hold up. Wait, I just seen, there's actually a tomato plant still living in this garden. I don't want it to be though. These tomatoes at this time of year suck. The skins end up being super thick and they never get ripe, and I don't know. I'm not really that big of a fan of fried green tomatoes. Let me pull this out of here. Oh. Well, actually, though, that's really how is this plant so pretty at this one end? That don't even make sense. Because the main part of it that goes to the ground looks like it's dang dead. Oh, there's 2 little tomatoes here. Okay. Fine. Before we get the freaky deaky cold this week, we're warm. We're going to be, well, we're not warm as I want it to be, but we're going to be warm again today. So I'll see what happens. Maybe Chad wants a fried green tomato. I don't know. I don't know. Winter, y'all. Winter's barreling down on us. Hey, if you don't take vitamin D, well, I'm not a doctor, so I can't say I'd recommend it. But here's what I will say. I am currently at 40,000 international units of vitamin D every day because there's less and less sun. It helps me to fight the winter blues, the winter depression stuff. Very important. It's all vitamin D, y'all. Hold on, let me turn this around. See, it's coming up. It's just not quite there yet. Hey, J3GS Farms, how are you? Hold on, Crooked Pete. Oh, I hope Peach gets to my question. You really want to know? And I'm looking backwards. Hold on, honey. Nobody that dare challenge him. Then he's overly aggressive on his love. Hold on. I don't think that was your question. Hey, West Country Mudlarks. Good morning. Roosters have no shame. No, they don't. See, Joe, he did. You saw it. I see that you see that. Because he was very proud of himself. He's a jerk. Silly question, Peach. And what are the uses of comfrey plants? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, that is not a silly question. Comfrey is probably one of the most amazing things that you could grow. For really and truly, like, it makes incredibly powerful fertilizer or stinky water or swamp water or comfrey water. Just putting it in a bucket of water and letting it disintegrate slowly. And then using that water on your plants. Amazing, amazing. But the plant itself, comfrey, also known as knit bone. This thing heals broken bones. So if you happen to break a bone, as a matter of fact, even a wrist, anything, an ankle, if you make a comfrey poultice, which you can do out of fresh comfrey leaves, or you can take dried comfrey leaves and moisten them and put that up against your injured, affected area, bandage that up, leave that on for a minimum of like 4 hours. The healing benefits that this plant gives you is freaking amazing. I don't know why in the world we don't all know about it, but I'm glad it hasn't been patented. It can't be patented. That's why we haven't heard. That's the reason. Comfrey also can be used to make a hair rinse, a mouthwash. I know there's lots of information out there that's very scary sounding about comfrey and about how it can cause toxicity or cancer or some lumps in the liver. And you know what? If you go and eat a whole field of comfrey, that may well end up being true. But the fact of the matter is, you have to eat or consume so much of it that the way the information is put out there is just nonsense. That's just in no way will it do that unless you're, like I said, just eating a whole field of comfrey. That just don't even make any sense. Let me see. Okay, you're not familiar with the and there's two different kinds of comfrey. Most of what I have here is a Russian bach, which is a bit, it's a bit of the root system, because you can dig a comfrey plant up that's a Russian bach, not a seeded one, and cut the root up into so many pieces and replant each little piece and have a whole new comfrey plant the next year. But there's also the official comfrey plant, which I can't remember the first half of that Latin name, but the second half is officinalis. The difference there is only that officinalis is it grows seeds, and that's how it spreads, is through seed. You will hear people say that it gets out of control. That it's not. It does not. Unless you just plant it and walk away, it's very easy to keep contained. It's not. I don't know. It's called invasive by a lot of people, which is a bunch of crap, in my opinion. Most invasive labels, I think, are a bunch of crap. Invasive usually just means, well, you can't be lazy about it. But you should be able to grow it. And I know you can grow it in your region over there in Turkey. And it doesn't matter which one. The seeds are probably going to be easier to obtain, I think. But either one, oh, Lord, grow it. There's so many benefits. There's so much more to it. And I can't get into it all right now. Like, I only had one cup of coffee. I can't remember everything all at once. Yes, they're safe around cats and dogs. As a matter of fact, thanks for bringing that up, Anne, because comfrey leaves are great animal fodder. So if you happen to have chickens or pigs or any of that, it's a great addition to their feed. You can dry the comfrey leaves and add it to chicken feed. That's usually the easiest way. Or some chickens actually, they'll eat it fresh, but it has to get wilted, because they have these little hairs on the leaves that make them not feel great in your mouth, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a chicken. But until they wilt, they sometimes won't eat them. But people feed them to their pigs, their cows, their goats, all kinds of things. So it's really, truly an incredible plant. There's nothing I can think of that's bad about it, except for the BS that's out there in the world about how toxic it is, because it's categorically misstated. Let me just put it like that. And oh, yes, and you are going to grow. I think it's a really wonderful idea. Really, truly, I do. And I do use comfrey in a lot of applications, not just outside in the garden. I will make a tea from comfrey, which is really mild, by the way, because the best way to get all the medicinal benefits of comfrey is to do a slow cold brew, kind of. Like you put the leaves in cold water and leave it in a jar, a lidded jar, at least overnight, shaking it, and it gets kind of, when you do it that way, this is why I can't do it that way. It gets gelatinous, kind of. Yeah, it's got a little slime to it, which is really good for your gut. But I will throw up. I cannot drink that stuff now. So I do though. Hold on a sec. When is it time? Anytime in the spring, for the seeds, and actually, yeah. Almost any time, just not in the dead of winter. If you're doing a root cutting, in the dead of winter, it's probably not going to do well. But once you get your comfrey going, it's really hard to kill it. It can be done, trust me. I have done it. Didn't mean to. I felt terrible about it, but it's really difficult to kill. You do love, hold on, Joe's Sleep and Slim Down Journey. You love the idea of comfrey medicinal. I mean, it is really great. You know, another thing, that's really helpful. God, those are loud tires on that truck. Another thing that's really helpful about is that the sliminess of it, the mucilage in it, is very healing for things like, okay, I had a disease. I was labeled with this disease. I think all diseases are essentially fake, but that's a whole different story. Called lichen planus, and it's where on the inside of your nostrils and other soft tissue, soft moist body tissue, you'd get it would get very hurt. It gets sores. It would hurt all the time, and that comfrey helps with that too, like that kind of thing. It's amazing what it. Oh, and you got to get an old book, and frankly, I really recommend, if you can find it, there is a very old herbal book out there by Culpepper. It's Culpeper. It's not two P's, I don't believe. But he wrote this amazing plant book, and it's been out of print for a long time, but you might be able to find a reprint of it. That has a lot of the old ways in it. And I know there's this other book um, called Lost Ways, some crap like that. I don't know. It's a book that's like $45 on Amazon. I have not gotten that book. I have not had that. That's a lot of money for a book for me. So I haven't gotten that, but I've done a lot of deep dives into very old things, very old plant information, and the stuff from the past is far easier to understand, and I think it's just more honest. So if you can get, you can hear Joe, Joe, until I mentioned slime, and you say it would be seeds, you think I think that's good. Not all disease, unfortunately. I would be gone in 2 or 3 days if you didn't have. I know what you're saying, Jane. That's why I do. What I mean is, the majority, really, the numbers tell the truth here. The majority of diseases and conditions that we typically are diagnosed and treated with anymore, they didn't even exist. These diseases, I never heard of any of them when I was young because they weren't a thing. Because they're, but I mean, I guess if you listen to the actual definition of disease or dis-ease, okay, it kind of makes sense. But what I mean is, in my brain, I always thought disease was something that you had that you could do nothing about, like you were born with it, or something that you caught that you could do nothing about. And that's mostly not true. Most disease is just reaction to the toxic crap that's in our life. So that's where I am on that. Let me see. You just found the Culpepper's Complete Herbal as a, yes! Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely, Joe, get that book. If you want to know about plants, I would definitely start with something like that. You're not tempting the angels on that one. Happy to find an herb that helps. Yeah, I mean, but I think you have type 1 diabetes, isn't that right? I believe that's what you had said. You have to agree. I'm glad you do. Regarding to yeah. And the thing is that, well, most of our everyday everything has become toxic. Like, I don't, food and drink, we think is all normal. All the fast food, all the going out to eat is even, it just exposes you to a lot of things that you shouldn't necessarily be exposed to, and we don't think about it, which I think is actually kind of funny because we're such a mistrusting species as it is. We're so wary of one another, but we regularly, like most people daily, trust a perfect stranger to prepare food for them. The stuff that they're going to put in their mouth. Like, I mean, I don't get it. I do not get it. No, okay, hold on. You're going to get it now. Really, Joe? Okay, yeah. So it started with psoriasis, which I still have some of the symptoms of psoriasis. But see, I make a comfrey beef tallow lotion that I use, and it's amazing on eczema and psoriasis and all kind of skin conditions. So it started with that. Then that graduated to, so I had psoriasis, and then psoriasis with Kebner's phenomenon. And then that became, on top of that, lichen planus. And then finally, psoriatic arthritis. And I was taking shots and I was in pain all the time. And it's none of those things. I do not have a disease, and the reason I don't have the symptoms of those quote unquote diseases is because I don't intake those toxins anymore. But it's not magical. It doesn't happen instantly. That's the rub. I mean, I too was born into the system the way that it is, and I too am accustomed to medications that make you feel some symptom relief really quickly. Well, plant medicine and food as medicine it's slow because it's real. It's giving your body the building blocks it needs to do what the body was designed to do, which is to rebuild and heal itself. This is radical thinking. I understand this, but it's also true. It does take time. Even type 1 has an environmental component. Really, as to what causes it to attack the beta cells in the pancreas so that does. See, the whole autoimmune thing never made sense to me, because if you get a diagnosis for autoimmune disease, then it's that's the whole damn ball game. There's nothing you can do. You just sit there and wonder why your body hates itself so bad that it's just attacking itself, right? That's not what's happening either. It's not. I would. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to say these things without getting myself in a lot of trouble, because I know there's a large propensity to mark things as medical misinformation, but this is human biology. This has nothing to do with medicine. This is the human body is capable of doing amazing things as long as you provide the human body with real human usable stuff. Just, I don't know what else to say about that, because it's not, you can't just go pop a multivitamin. Multivitamins are trash. They're just crap. They're filled with calcium carbonate, number one. Like, that's the first ingredient on every one of them. You know what that is? It's crushed limestone. It's freaking driveway rocks. Don't take that stuff. It's just a waste of your time. Your health worsens if you eat anything from a box with a barcode. That's what I'm talking about, Joe. That right there. Yes. And I'm so happy that you see that. Oh my gosh. Because I'm telling you, man, I don't even, yeah. That's why you tend to stick with meat, fish, eggs, and green veg. That's amazing. I mean, seriously. And hey, good morning, Waukesha. I'm a huge, I'm a meat pusher. You can just say that about me. I happily accept that label. Grass-fed, grass-finished beef. If you can get your hands on that, and I know it's a little more expensive, but it has more nutrition, more minerals, and it satiates you so much longer that in the end, it costs less. But that stuff right there, that's like, man, I'm telling you, if I could feed the world a steak, seriously, and I'm not joking, I'm not trying to be flip about it. There's so many issues that we deal with in society, with ourselves, with the anger, the sadness, the deep depression, the giving up, the just hopelessness that's going on. And most of this is because we're nutritionally deficient, completely bankrupt in some cases. I was my whole life, had no idea. Nobody does those tests on kids, or because this did for me. It started when I was really young. But most of the tests that are available for the basic building blocks, you know, the vitamins and the minerals, they're the wrong damn tests. They're the wrong tests. Like, even vitamin D, when they test for vitamin D, that's free-flowing vitamin D in your bloodstream, but that's not the part that actually works for you. The part, it's in the cells, and they don't know how to measure that. So it's a whole lot of stuff, and like, it's a whole lot of stuff. It's a whole lot of difficult stuff to get through and around, a whole lot of obstacles in the way for people who have really gotten to the, and I'm telling you right now, I got to the bottom of it. I completely have gotten to the bottom of most of what is wrong with us as human beings is just nutritional. I'm not even kidding you. It's freaking nutritional. We don't have it. We're bankrupt. Our bodies steal from one place to, use in another place. And next thing you know, we have all kinds of diseases. It's absolutely ridiculous. If it wasn't so hard for people who have discovered that to tell you that without getting in all kinds of legal trouble, we would be so much better off. But I'm still working on a way. It's all chemistry when we introduce, stuff too internally. Our bodies do what they're supposed to do. Don't tell me that you've just started on a multivitamin for women 50 and up, and unless it was a Thorne multivitamin, or let's see, there's another Pure Ecology, I think is the name of it. Yeah, it's a waste of your money. Don't bother. I wouldn't bother. I really wouldn't. There's almost nothing in that that's actually usable by the human body. It's all trash. Just, if you can buy it at a drugstore, and it's usually trash. I'm sorry, it is what it is. And if you will email me, I will send you the actual links or picture. I'll send you pictures of everything that I take. And it's I take like 12 sometimes. It depends on what's going on with my eating, what's going on with like my son being sick. With my son being sick around me, I'm taking extra vitamin D. But I will happily send you a list and a picture. I can't just say up here. But multivitamins are trash. Don't waste your time on it. Carnivore, yes, J3GS. Yes, carnivore, in my opinion, most of us are so sick from being depleted for so long that carnivore is the only way to replenish yourself. We need that much. I think that's my opinion. And I think you can move from being pure carnivore like I did, because I was pure carnivore for some time, like close to a year. And now I can integrate fruits and vegetables in. But I was in such a state of disrepair for the longest time, really. It was just extra work for my body to, process those. So yeah, carnivore is absolutely the way to go, in my opinion. Lovely to meet another meat lover. Yeah, hey Joe. Oh, that's my buddy too. Joe, I hope you take some time to get to know him, the honey slinger, the mango king, and oh my gosh, he's a hell of a guy. Bye, Farmer Chaz. Oh, thank you, Tina Marie. Good morning, gorgeous. How you doing? Listen, y'all, I'm telling you right now, I just really realized I have a mission. I do. I have a mission. My mission is to help other people realize we do not have to be the sick. We do not have to be beholden to a medical system. As a matter of fact, I would like to do away with that whole system entirely. Not blow it up, but just make it unnecessary. I myself don't have to listen to anything about insurance or Medicare or Medicaid. I don't have to listen to any of that anymore. I used to have to listen to it all the time because I was scared to death. I was scared to death all the time because I was sick all the time. But I don't have to worry about it anymore. And I very much want to give this to everybody. It should be a lot easier than it is. It doesn't make sense that it's so hard to tell people the truth about what's wrong with us. But there's a whole system in place that is trying to crush all that information. And people like me are trying. I'm telling you, we can feel better. We can feel so much better. I swear to you, we can. Do things like that. Listen to things that are in people's chats too. People don't have any reason to lie about what they're personally experiencing. That's the part right there I got to not say. I have to learn how to talk without saying, oh, you should or you shouldn't. It's a really hard thing for me to do because I'm like, look, the thing is, I had all these diseases. I did. I had lots and lots of diseases, and I had lots and lots of medications that I had to take every day, and I was pretty certain I was going to be dead soon. And there was no reason to think otherwise. All my systems were starting to fail. I think I was sicker than most people maybe are, but we are all some level of depleted. And the whole issue is that right there is depletion. We're not broken human beings, but we are living in a system where all the food is crap. Unless you're incredibly aware and intentional about what your food is, it's all crap. You're not getting the vitamins. The soils are depleted. So again, not getting the vitamins. We have to learn how to do it. And it's hard. It's hard because the information out there is bullshit in a lot of cases. So should you send? Oh, heck yeah, walk a show. Your email is on your about. Okay, I'll send you a picture of all 4 vitamins. In my opinion, these are required to live life. And if you have any autoimmune disease or disorder label, in my opinion, again, and I'm not a doctor, but I'm a hell of a researcher, and also I've lived this. These 4 vitamins will help you to come back to life. Seriously, if you don't have any energy, if you feel dead to the world, if you have body-wide pain, especially if it's like tendon or nerve related, these things rebuild what we need, like the myelin sheath, our nerve signals that are all haywire. It's really hard to talk about this and not get in trouble. I'm telling you, but I will send you that, Anne. And yes, I recommend Waukesha, whoever wants moringa seeds, if you can send them to them, please do that, because moringa is a miraculous plant too. I just got my moringa seeds from Official Jamie a couple of maybe 6 weeks ago or so, and I'll be planting them in the spring. I'm so looking forward to having moringa. You enjoy your green, but aw. And Waukesha Auto has a great video on how to prepare moringa leaves too. Any advice on how to get rid of insomnia? And what time of night are you up? Or are you having a hard time going to sleep? You're desperate, you say. Okay. Okay, and I was there. Oh my God, Anne, I know how you feel. I was there for probably 7 or 8 months. I thought I was losing my damn mind. I couldn't get to sleep. And once I finally got to sleep, I couldn't stay to sleep. Yeah, it's a nutritional deficiency, Anne. I will email you. The vitamins that I'm going to tell you to take are going to help with that a lot. But here's another thing, and you might not want to hear this, but it's just the way it is. Stay off of screens, even TVs. Stay off of them. Have lights in your house dim 2 hours prior to you planning to go to sleep, and you have to schedule it. But it's mainly nutritional deficiency. So I will send you that list, and I swear to you that this one, taking B1, number one, helps with that whole insomnia thing so much. But I'll send you the list of the four, because you can't just use one. That's not how minerals and vitamins work. They don't work alone. That's part of the whole medical system we've been trained to, where everything's been isolated, and you can't isolate nature, and we can't isolate the human body either. But I'll send it to you. Okay. You used to get your moringa seeds from the Jamaican tailor who did work. Oh, wow, that is so cool. You used to take them like vitamins. That's a much better idea as a multivitamin, in my opinion, Joe. You will kiss my feet. You will not kiss my feet. I promise you, I will not allow that. But yeah, okay. And I will do that ASAP. I'm gonna go. I don't know. Somebody might actually be up now. And it's oh, look at this. Wait. Look, y'all. Almost. This is how late in the day now it's getting with the sunrise. But there it finally is. I know you are. And I was losing my mind too. I wasn't just losing my mind. I was behaving badly at that point when I wasn't getting sleep, and it went on and on and on. Oh my God, I was jumpy all the time. I was exasperated all the time. I just didn't have any patience for anything because I was tired and wired. It sucks. Vitamin D. Jane, you're saying vitamin D is about the only vitamin you take. Everything else comes from whole foods. Jane, I love that. That sounds amazing. But unless you're growing all your own foods, you're not getting it from these foods. Nope, not getting it. And if you're taking vitamin D, I'm so happy that you are, but please start taking magnesium glycinate and vitamin K2. It's very, very, very important. Vitamin D doesn't fully work without the magnesium glycinate. And vitamin K2, oh, you're getting the list as it turns out anyway, and you're getting 3 of them right now. Vitamin K2 is like the traffic cop that tells calcium where it's supposed to go. So if you don't have enough K2 in your body, that calcium is free in your blood, and that's how it gets stuck in old damaged areas of your arteries and veins. This is the mechanics of how that works. You're screaming at everyone over nothing, and yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Trust me, you are. You grow in all your good job, Jane. But other people need to know this, because a lot of people do think, oh, well, I can just get all my vitamins and minerals from food. You could have 100 years ago. You can't now. You can't, because the industrial food complex has depleted our soils. They just have. I mean, I can prepare moringa vegetables and shit. Okay. I got to get the moringa growing this upcoming season, Wakasho, and I absolutely will. Joe, honey, let me tell you, this was a me learning all of the things that I've learned, and I continue to learn every day. I promise you guys, I continue every single day. It was a desperate attempt not to die, because I was dying. I was legit dying, and I knew what was happening. And I was like, I'm too young. I'm too young to be this broken. I'm too young to be dying. I'm too young to be this disabled, because it literally had me into a place where I couldn't do anything for myself. And that is soul crushing. It's really hard to overcome the feelings of worthlessness that I dealt with. And I'm not worthless. I know for a fact I'm not. Neither are you. And nobody should feel like that. And getting up and getting out of bed and functioning like a regular person shouldn't be this damn hard. Bottom line. All right, y'all. I'm going to exactly where you are. That's what I'm saying, Anne. And I think we have even more medical conditions in common than I have even spoken about out loud too. And this is something that I see in a lot of women. And I don't mean to discount men, because y'all are just as bad off nutritionally as we are. But because women produce babies and those things, even more gets removed from our bodies, and we don't ever put it back because we don't realize it's ever been used up, and that the system that, of food and stuff is so depleted, just not giving us what we think we're getting. We're getting fat, we're pooping a lot, but we're not getting well. And that sucks. And I'm done with it personally. I want to help people to be healthy and feel good. And I don't have anything to sell, and I'm never going to be selling y'all anything. I just want people to feel better. I just want human beings to have hope. I didn't for a while. And it feels so good to be alive again. I just want to share it. I just want to share it with everybody. All right, I'm going to jump off of here because I think somebody in the house is probably up. I don't know, but I have to use the restroom. So it's time for me to get up off of here. And then, Ann, I will be emailing you really quickly. So please be looking for that. The joy of being a type 1, you become very sensitive to what it needs and what it doesn't. People just have to learn to listen to their body. People do, but people don't understand what their bodies are saying. And for so long, so many of us have gone to some other person so that they can run tests and tell us what's wrong with us, that we don't have any idea how to do that anymore. It's something that I've had to learn. I didn't know how to do it. I really didn't. And I think it is something that is instinctual for all of us, but it's something that we have to open our eyes and hearts to again. You're overweight and doctors tell you it's normal for women your age caused by hormones. Oh, Lord. I could just get into this. Hey, Simone, how are you, darling? I could really get into this with you, Anne. I do have to get off of here, but your weight doesn't have shit to do with anything, okay? Your weight is not the thing to attack. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. Your weight is a symptom of what's going on inside your body. Unfortunately, the way things are done nowadays, the fat is what gets attacked first. Instead of realizing, wait, that's a huge clue. So without seeing you, but, talking to you through these YouTube streets all this time, I would say you're in an adrenal burnout, and pretty close to an endocrine crash. It's not that scary, though. I swear it's not. But what you're going through right now, just get these vitamins. I'm going to send you the picture. Please get these vitamins and start taking them. The sleep stuff, you'll start feeling relief from that sleep problem within 10 days of taking these. For some people, it's pretty immediate, but I can't guarantee that because I don't know what your level of depletion is. So your overweightness is just your body telling you that it needs something, and it'll slim down on its own when the time's right. It's just a symptom, yes. Yes. All right, bye J3GS. Bye, sweetie. Thank you so much for coming. I will right now. I love you guys. Honest to God, I do. I love you guys. And I want everybody to feel good and wonderful and not sad or bad or depressed or hopeless or sick all the damn time. I don't want people to be in relationship with doctors the way that we are. It's ridiculous. I think we should be able to be humans and feed and medicate ourselves in a natural way before it ever comes to that. Not have that be our first line of defense and our first answer. That's just me, though. All right, guys. Love you. I'll see you later. And Anne, I'm going to email you right now. Bye, y'all. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.